Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટ ના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good morning everybody. My name is Deepika Kevlani and I am from MS University of Baroda. The topic which I am going to deal today is complaint letters and adjustment letters. In my topic, I am going to cover the below mentioned points. First of all, we will look at the introduction to business letters in brief, standard elements of a business letter, complaint letters, adjustment letters, what are the principles of complaint and adjustment letters, and practice exercise for students. Now, business letters. Any business corresponds in writing with its customers, branches, suppliers, bankers, and others with whom it has or would like to have a lasting relationship. Business letters represent you when you conduct transactions in writing. They have become an integral part of everyday business, and they are so much associated with the companies nowadays that one cannot think of running a business without them. In spite of many modern communication methods available today, we still retain the traditional concept of business letters because it serves with very many reasons. It has a significance of it. So let us look at the significance of business letters, because of which they retain their position apart from having many modern communication methods available today. Business letters assist you in sustaining your business relationships alive with other businesses and customers. They are the most appropriate form of communication when the information is complex. They serve as permanent records and are a valuable repository of information. They help you reach a large and geographically diverse audience. Now, the way your personal letters help you maintain your relationship with your friends alive, in the same way business letters also help you, assist you in sustaining your business relationship with the other business companies alive. So this is one of the biggest reasons why business letters have still retained their positions. Other significance of business letter is they are the most appropriate form of communication when the information you wish to convey is complex. When there is a complex information, you cannot talk on the telephone calls, because on telephone there are chances that your information might sound confused, or because of the lack of listening problems, your message is not conveyed properly. For example, if you have ordered 15 air conditioners on the telephone call, and if the other person on the phone listens to it or understands it or gets it as 50, then it might cause a great deal in your business transactions. Therefore, it is necessary that when the information which you are dealing with the other companies is complex, you need to make that complex information in writing, and in that business letters come as a great help, as a great means. When we look at the third significant point, they serve as permanent records. For example, you have made any kind of writing communication with the other companies, and if in future any kind of problem or mistake or any kind of legal inquiry arises, at that time you won't be able to tell them that it was on the telephone call I had a talk with so and so person and we had agreed to these norms. But if you have legal documentation, if you have the business letter available in writing, in record, you can refer to it anytime in future, and thereby you can make your inquiry clear, which might arise in future. So this is how they serve as a permanent repository of information. And when we look at the fourth point, they help you reach a large and geographically diverse audience, and thereby enabling you to save your money on telephone calls. So business letters are the greatest means to reach out to people, not only in your city and locality, but at a national and international level as well, right? So these are the significant points, and these are the reasons why business letters still retain their position apart from many modern communication methods available to us today. Now, business letters serve with a special purpose. The ultimate purpose of business letters is to assist your business relationship alive with the other business companies. The ultimate purpose is profit making. And in that profit making, you have to sustain your business relationship alive. So the main purpose is to create, to establish and to sustain your relationship with the other companies. This is the ultimate purpose of business relationship. But each individual letter is written with a unique purpose. Each letter, there are different types, different categories of business letters, and each letter has its own type. For example, when you apply for a job, your purpose is to offer your services to a prospective employer. But as the purchase manager of the company, when you are making a complaint to the other company, your purpose is to bring the fault to the notice of the other company and thereby asking for the replacement. Similarly, in an adjustment letter, the purpose of the person who has received the complaint would be to provide you a replacement or repair, and thereby enabling and thereby sustaining the business relationship and carrying forward the profit, which is the ultimate aim of business letters. So these are the various purposes of business letters. When we look at other purposes of business letters, they are to inform, to congratulate, to inquire, to order, to request, to collect dues, to complain, to make an adjustment, to sell a product, service or scheme, to apply for a job. So these are the various purposes of business letters. Sometimes you have to inform on certain schemes, certain plans, certain rules and regulations, and therefore you make therefore you deal with the other companies in letter writing. Sometimes you have to congratulate them when the other person has achieved a great deal, when they have made with a great project, when they have had a good tie-up. Therefore, on the achievements of the company, you deal with them in letter writing to congratulate them. When you have to request for certain changes, when you have to request on some plans, on some delays, on some postponements, then also you make a letter of request. When you have to collect dues, when you have to make a complaint, which is the topic of our presentation, which we are going to discuss in detail today, and when you have to sell a product or service, then you make writing, which is known as sales letters. And the last is when you have to apply for a job, you write a letter to an employer. So these are the various purposes of business letters. Now, when you write a business letters, it is always different from a personal letter, and because it is different from a personal letter, it deals with certain structure, it deals with certain elements, and therefore these, not only these elements are necessary, but they are to be at a right position in a letter writing. So these are the elements, and the structure matters a lot in business letters. Your structure, the elements and the layout is important in business letters, because these letters are written very formally, taking the formal rules into consideration, and they are different from your personal letters, right? So we will now look at the standard elements of business letters. The standard elements of business letter are heading, date, inside address, salutation, message, complimentary close and signature block. Now let us look at all these elements one by one. The first element in letter writing comes heading, which is also known as letterhead. Now most of the companies get their letterheads printed, and through the letterhead there is an impression which is created in the mind of the other companies, and therefore it is necessary that your letterhead should have a good print, a good quality of paper, the size, the fonts of the paper, all these matter a lot, and therefore many companies seek advertising agencies to get their letterheads printed. So this is how any business letter would begin with heading, which is known as letterhead. If we look at the sample letterhead, you can have a look here that this is sample letterhead. This would occupy the central position in a business letter, and this is an example of a printed letterhead. If in case there is no printed letterhead available, in your business letter, when you want to make a writing, when you want to make a letter communication, then it includes sender's address, and it would align on the left margin, or if not on the left margin, it can be placed a few spaces away from the center. So these are the two positions which could be applied when the printed letterhead is not available from the company. So this is the first standard element of business letter. The second standard element of letter is date. Here we would look at date and inside address. Date refers to that date on which you are writing your business letter. For example, these are the two styles of business letters which you have to take care of. You cannot have any third version of writing a date. Of course, when you are corresponding at an international level, you have to be aware of their format. But as far as India is concerned, as far as this country is concerned, we basically, all of the companies follow the format of date in these two ways, in these two styles. So these are the two styles which are in fashion nowadays. And when the third element which will be next after date is inside address. Now inside address would always begin with a courtesy title. For example, Mr., Miss, Doctor, Captain, Reverend, Brigadier, all these are the courtesy titles which should precede a person's name. So it is always better to address the person by his or her name, and you can find out the person's name by operating a website of the company or by making a phone call and thereby knowing about the person's name. In case if you are not aware of the person's name in any way, then it is always better to address with the job title, with the designation of a person. The sample is given over here. You can have a look. The general manager, it is addressed as the job title. It is addressed by the designation of the person. Immediately after, when you are addressing the job, when you are addressing inside address by the job title, by the designation of a person, at that time you don't have to write any kind of courtesy title like Mr. and Miss, because job title and designation is itself an honor. Just immediately after the job title or name of the person, there will be an address of the recipient's company, including telephone call and email ID, right? So this is how an inside address would be written. The next element is salutation. Now there are different and there are various ways of making salutation to the company, to the recipients, and from salutation only, the relationship, how much relationship you have with the other person is decided, is governed by the type of salutation you select while making your letter writing. For example, you can begin your salutation like dear committee member. When it is addressed to so many students, you can write dear students, dear colleagues, dear sir or madam. Or when you have to apply the most formal salutation, then you would write dear Mr. Raval. This is an example. Or just after this you would put a colon. By colon, you try to express the most formal salutation. And when you put comma, for example, dear Vijay is the most informal expression of salutation. And when you put comma, you convey an informal kind of communication, or you convey a mild tone, a mild expression while dealing, while communicating with the other person, right? So from punctuation marks also, what kind of relationship you want to have with the other person, with the other companies, it is also decided by the punctuation marks which you put after the salutation words. So this is all about salutation. Now let us look at the next element of business letter writing. That is complimentary clause and signature block. Complimentary clause is one word expression which is put at the closing of the letter writing. And there are so many expressions available when you talk about, when you have to put a complimentary clause, like sincerely, cordially, truly, faithfully, all these are complimentary. Of course, there are many more expressions available, and it is in fashion that you put only one word rather than two phrase word. For example, yours sincerely, yours truly, yours faithfully, these kind of expressions have nowadays been outdated. So it is always better to go for one word. For example, your letter may end with cordially or sincerely. Just after that you have to put a comma, and it will be immediately followed by a signature block. Complimentary clause is always followed by a signature block. Signature block is the most important element in your letter writing. In the absence of signature, your letter does not gain any kind of authenticity. So in order to give authenticity to your business letters, it is always better to give signature, to put signature. This signature would be put by the person who is the writer of this, who is sending, who is the sender of this message, who is the sender of this letter writing. And after signature, the name and the job title of the person would be followed. Here you can have a look. The sample is given over here. Cordially, then comma. Then there would be a signature of the person who is the sender of this letter. Miss Santosh Singh, Senior Executive. Now when you look at Miss Santosh Singh, so this miss is also important. Why it is written over here? When the other person, when you feel that your name is such which can put the receiver in doubt about your gender, at that time it is important to write Mr. or Miss before your name, and then it would be followed by the job title. So this is all about complimentary clause and signature block. So these are the standard elements of business letter writing. In all these elements we have skipped one element, which is the core, which is the main part of the letter writing, and that is message, the main body of the letter. And the main body of the letter is very important. Now what kind of body would you include in business letter? This will be decided by the type of a business letter. Which kind of business letter are you writing? So there are different types of business letters. For examples, many times you have to write a letter of information, you have to write a letter of order, you have to write a letter of credit, you have to write a letter of complaint, you have to write a letter of adjustment. So from these types the message would be decided upon. So your message is dependent on the type of the letter which you select for your communication, for your correspondence with other companies. So now we will have a discussion mainly on two types of letters which are the topics of our today's presentation, and they are complaint and adjustment letters, and we will decide this message part of business letter